CJJ podcast number 5. We're here with Polo Portela.
How's it going?
How you doing, Polo?
Pretty good.
Polo P.
Glad
Polo?
to be here.
Thanks for coming on. So I personally, I don't know, when did I meet you?
I want to say when we started training at OA, like
Officially.
trained at OA.
Yeah, I mean, I was.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, obviously, I knew you were. I think we might have been at some parties together at some point, some CRC Sac City
Little
parties.
mashup.
But I met you.
No
then.
parties.
I don't know, Steve. When did you meet Polo?
I played with Polo, and I was 2013.
2013
for the
Stingers.
Stingers. It was a travel team we played on together. I was a junior. You were
I would think I was a sophomore. Yeah, sophomore.
You were younger, yeah, and you were one of the rotation guys. We pitched together on that
Yeah,
team.
that's when we first met Steve.
That's when we first
Then
met.
we ran into each other again at OA.
At OA. It's been a long time since I've
So
seen
that's
you.
been a long time.
But we played against each other, as
Yeah.
everybody knows, in the Big 8.
So, I mean, we knew of each other. We just not really like
We didn't
talk.
get to really kick it
Yeah.
that much, yeah.
So
we
that's
played
pretty-
together, and then we didn't, and then we played against each other at in the Big 8 here in California, at junior college.
You were high school class of 2015.
Yep.
And you went to Grant High School.
Grant High School.
What was
Ooh.
that like?
How about that?
Grant High School, man. I'm just glad I survived out there.
Yeah.
That was a good time. I mean, we had a good team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. We had like a lot of the travel guys that we had went to school there, like sacrificed. Said, you know what, we're all going to school there.
Screw it.
We got Cameron Avila Leaper, who was
Yeah, that was a big
disgusting.
One, huh? Yeah.
One of the best
Absolutely
pitchers
disgusting.
I've
I mean,
ever seen.
We had a pretty good staff. I mean, we beat some good teams. We beat Davis. We beat Franklin.
Right. Some
We
good
went on a
teams
good
back
run.
then.
I think we played you guys in the Boris Classic.
Did you
I
guys?
remember playing you guys.
You did, and Jimmy McCauley pitched.
You were supposed
really?
to pitch that day.
I got in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that? I
you
remember.
guys-
I didn't get
you
to
guys
pitch that
beat us,
day for
right?
some
We
reason.
beat you guys.
They beat us.
Yeah.
We were like, we lost to Grant.
But,
no offense. No
Yeah.
offense.
Oh, go on. But,
Oh,
but
that's right.
you were supposed to pitch. I think you showed up late.
I couldn't find a parking
Yeah.
spot. And I never forget when Rich said, "You're not pitching today," and I was like, "Dude, what gives?" I
we-
actually remember that.
We saw you on the lineup card, and I was like, "Oh, I know Talbert.
Yeah.
He's pitching today."
Nope. He
Nope,
banged,
it was,
me right then and there. McCauley.
McCauley, yeah, James.
James
I think his
McCauley.
name's James
Dang, I
McCauley.
forgot about
He
that.
pitched.
But wow, that's funny. So you went to Grant, and then out of high school, you went to Sacramento City College.
I went to Sacramento. I was gonna go to Sac State. I was gonna walk on there with Reggie. I was gonna try a two-way.
Really?
I was still living the two-way dream.
You're living the dream, baby.
Living the two-way dream.
Gotta love
Come
it.
on.
Kids, don't give it up. All right.
Yeah, listen here.
But the two-way dream was still living. I was gonna go there. Reggie was like, "Yeah, we could roster spot or something." You know, I think it's a preferred walk-on. I think it's what it's called.
Right.
So, but then I was doing pitching lessons with Bomber.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Bomber like me and just chopping it up, and he was like, "Hey, come to City. We'll get you on to the next school." I mean, great competition, the Big 8.
Yeah.
They just had their down. I think you were on the team before that year. They just had their down year.
We just had we had
The
first
first
time
year.
not making playoffs in how many years, Steve?
I don't know. I don't remember, but or 30. Yeah, it was 30-something years.
Yeah.
We were the down year, right?
Yeah.
Bad team.
They're great on paper.
Great on paper. You guys were
We
nasty.
We were.
They're an all-star team on paper.
2014, 2015. We were great on paper.
And I don't know. Whatever happened, happened.
Yeah, it didn't work out so well, to say the least.
But went to City. I mean, that's the best decision I could say. I
Polo
ever
came
made.
in to save the day.
What was it for you that tipped you to go there instead of Sac State?
I just felt like I wasn't ready. That was the decision. I just wasn't ready.
Right.
Physically, mentally. I think that's what it was.
So Reggie wanted you. Wanted you to come to Sac State.
Yeah, we were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, walk on, prefer like our roster. I don't know if it's a roster part or walk on. You could walk
You just
on,
didn't have
try
any
out.
money, or
Yeah,
it was just like, oh, you're not just
No
quite
money.
ready, or what was the reason for not getting like a scholarship?
honestly, it's like I didn't throw very hard. I was like 80, 81. That's on a
Right.
good day. I'll maybe hit 84.
I know what that's like.
Yeah. Going to D1 baseball, I mean, if you want a scholarship, you got to be like 89, hitting 89, maybe 88 here and there.
Yeah, it was like all the height
Yeah.
norms were going to V1s and.
So I just didn't have it.
Right.
but-
But we all. I mean, you were pretty good. You were a really
you
good.
shoved.
high
I knew
school
how to
pitcher.
pitch. Yeah, I knew how to
Yeah,
pitch.
you
That was
were-
the biggest
you were,
thing.
You were a good high school pitcher because I remember when I met you. I mean, you were shoving against even teams. We were just talking about. Remember against Solano
Yeah.
CC. I mean, you beating JUCOs. as a
I
junior.
mean, I just knew how to
Sophomore.
pitch. I'll put it that way. It was just,
Yeah,
I knew what to
compete.
do, knew what to do. I mean, I didn't have a curveball. I was living off a fastball.
Right.
And a changeup that would lob in there every once in a while. I got the job done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Spots.
I beat, I think, Davis High School when I was a junior, and they were top when they had like
Matt
Ryan
Trask.
Creeler, Matt Trask, all
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
It was a big write-up in the paper, like Grant High School, like it was a parade. Grant High School gets a win. I was
Yeah, I did.
like, yeah, we did.
I'm freaking nice.
But I mean, that's the biggest decision. I wasn't physically ready. So I mean,
So when you get to Sac City now and you see exciting, I mean, I know how it is. You get there and there's however many guys.
oh,
And you walk in that room and you're coming from Grant High School and you're like, I got to pitch in a 3-man rotation.
And
hopefully to start.
I didn't know anyone.
Yeah.
Walking in there, I'm looking, I'm like, oh, I know none of these guys.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you're like, this is a competitive environment, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, this is
You got about like
ball player.
50 dudes in the dungeon. They call it the dungeon.
Yeah, under the
Just
stands right
yeah,
there.
moldy room. It's a
Yeah.
moldy room where you could thrive and grind.
Yeah, you can grind in there all day, huh?
I mean, the first meeting, he's like talking, Bomber and Sully, like, hey, talking about the year they had the year before. So they have big expectations, this and that, talking about weights.
Right.
Like, I've never woken up at 5:45 of my life for weights.
Yes.
So
You never had weights in general.
weights in general, like, never done it in my life. And getting there, and my form was terrible, but they taught you the form. But,
Yeah.
like, I couldn't lift any. I could barely lift a plate. I'll put it that way. But, I mean, it was a good experience.
Right.
I mean, best experience I made, best decision I made.
Right.
Got stronger. Velo came. Like, we started doing the tap baseball system.
Because
That's
they
what
did the
Bomb-
weighted ball stuff.
They did the
yeah.
weighted ball. It was
Yeah.
like more of the tap system. Bomber wasn't
it was-
really bought into the drive line then. He was really against
Oh, I
it.
remember that.
Yeah, it was weird because I mean you got to put it like this. Just speaking in driveline in terms of weighted balls, no one yet was. I mean, it was there,
Mhm.
but no one trusted it. I think in that sense.
Mhm.
So it was this big, it was kind of this big new wave, and nobody really trusted it yet. So, but like you're saying with Bomber and City had, I think it was a version of the Texas baseball ranch.
Yeah, it was.
Which
It was the reverse throw. We did the reverse throws.
mhm.
We didn't do pivot picks, but we did like some rockers
Yeah,
here.
there
And,
was-
like,
there was
Well, I
variations.
remember because we went to Christian Brothers
Mm-hmm.
and Rich Henning and Parker Mozzie were both coaching at CB, and there was one summer we worked out a lot at Sac City,
And we did that.
and you guys see those, and there was like the balance board stuff, and like the hook 'em drills, and
I think
we
it was TBR
did a
motivated.
version
yeah.
of it.
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah, it was
Like-
the same drills we did. You would do at City. We
Yeah.
did.
Balance, we think it was on it.
Yeah.
Go inverted. Now, do you think so? Being exposed to that, so you're lifting weights at 5:30 in the morning. You're going to early work, doing the weighted balls. You got a whole schedule now around baseball. What was that like for you, developing wise? Like how, going down that line, do you think that was just the best thing ever? Were you like, wow, this is incredible? I
I was
do
like, it changed. Like,
eye
my
opening,
body,
right?
like,
Yeah.
really, like, changed. It was.
like-
I got stronger.
this? Yeah.
I mean, I was able to actually, like, throw a ball hard. I topped at 87. That was my first time hitting 87. I've never seen 87 in my life, first off.
It was like proof of concept, right?
Yeah,
You're
we're
like, I
at
can get
Fresno-
better.
yeah,
It's
we're
all
at-
game.
77.
We're at Fresno
Yeah.
City College, and I hear, like, hey, you hit 87 today. I was like, oh,
Like what?
I mean, this stuff's working.
Yeah.
Okay. So it made me want to keep grinding.
Right.
But at some point in that season, though, I did get really comfortable because I started off really hot. That's like my freshman year. Got to start, like,
That's a huge role there too.
yeah,
Earning that
huge role. Was a
position's huge.
second starter, was
Yeah.
a 2 guy. But I like hit a point where I was doing really good, and I got to the point where I got really lazy and comfortable.
Yeah.
And it's easy to get in that mindset when you're doing really good.
Yeah.
got
And now that
As
you
a
realize
freshman,
it,
yeah.
Yeah. Because you'll have no success, right? You're like, I can do this. And
Head
then
was
it's-
big.
Yeah.
Stopped doing the weighted ball stuff, like here and there, like because it was optional. I didn't really do it here and there, and I kind of like slacked off.
You were Sac City baseball.
Oh, I was Sac City baseball.
Yeah.
But I think the biggest turning point for me was my freshman year, because I want to say that was because we played Folsom first right out the gate of playoffs.
Right.
And I was kind of going through my slump where I lost to ARC, and then I think I had a bad outing against you guys against CRC.
Okay.
But you weren't there. I don't think you were there my freshman year. I think you were redshirting.
No,
that
yeah,
year.
I was off on my own deal.
And then
I was
you
doing
were.
driveline.
I was at
Yeah,
Willamette
you were
my
at
sophomore
Willamette,
year.
Yeah.
So we got Folsom out the gate.
Playoffs. Right?
Yeah, we lost
Yeah.
first game. The story written up was we were going to blow them out because we were the 1 seed.
It was gonna be.
We were the 1 seed. Yeah, we were going to blow them out. That's not the case. I come out freshman, get lit up. They didn't even make it out of the first inning.
Really?
Yeah, and
didn't
dude,
know
my mindset was just boom. I was like, damn,
Defeated.
like, this is, I don't know what's going on. Got to change. So that summer, like that game was a turning point.
Did Folsom knock you out of the playoffs?
Knocks out of the playoffs after my game.
round.
Yeah, Nunez didn't even get to pitch. I think
Dang, the
Nunez.
Who's
bug
your guys'
got
number
the
one
bug
Our
got banned.
number 1 was Travis Magnus.
T-Mag?
T
Swagness?
Mag. He was disgusting.
Nasty
Throwing
changeup.
77 to 80.
But he'll pop a cat 85 every now
Yeah,
and then.
85 random
But that
every now and then.
changeup.
But he was just shoving. He
That's
was
a name
dirty.
I have not heard in a long time.
I mean, we had a good staff that year. It was
Yeah.
Magnus, me,
You guys were hella good.
and
Mears.
Nunez.
Well, not
Mears,
just the staff,
Mears
I
was
mean-
Mears was injured that year.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he
He
got
was
hurt in a.
That's right. That's right.
I want to say a motorcycle or motorcycle, or what do you call those dune buggy
Moped?
things? Yeah, whatever. He
I don't even
flipped
know.
over and broke his collarbone.
God dang it.
But if we would have
Now
had
he's
him,
pitching against the Yankees on Monday.
yep,
Yeah.
who would have thought?
You gotta love
Look
it.
at us.
Well, that's-
who would have
yeah.
thought?
Well, going to what you're about to say, so you lose that, you kind of lose that confidence.
Yeah,
You're feeling
I'm
like,
like-
this is the end of the world for me. But baseball humbles you quick, right?
And the switch was
Yeah.
just,
You
it was
get that.
hunger.
You
It
get
was
that,
hungry. And that whole summer's committed to lifting weights,
Yep.
getting stronger, getting after it, trained at Midtown.
Midtown strength conditioning.
Milo?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
did some like Olympic lifting stuff. And that year I was sitting 87 to 88 and put on that weight and helped me out
Your
a lot.
sophomore year.
Yeah, my sophomore year got
Yeah.
back.
Well, I remember, my sophomore or my third year of college, which was my redshirt sophomore year, and same with Steve. We ended up both at CRC, and that's when we played you guys. And I remember, I just remember you were the Carson Fulmer dude, the dude
Moving
with
fast.
had the fast motion. But I remember you were mid to upper 80s
Yeah.
the whole time against us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was
The whole time.
weird. I mean, just put on that weight, I felt like helped me a lot. And my
Right.
mindset was just that dog set
Different.
mentality
Yeah.
where
Oh yeah.
I didn't care anymore. Like I got nothing to lose. Like I'm just gonna go after
Your
everyone.
second
and just,
season, you're a leader now.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's my sophomore season. Like I gotta
I gotta go to
with the
school
bang.
somewhere, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
prove something. Yeah.
So I mean, I got the call, and I was the one guy that year. Tore it up in the fall, and then come again. Had a great season my sophomore campaign. I think
Right.
against you guys, the velo started to come later on, the mid of the season,
Right.
and we started doing driveline that year.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
So this guy Mitch Miller from Irvine brought it over, and Bomber saw
Do you remember?
him
this
doing
guy?
it. He went to
He was
driveline.
at driveline with us.
Yeah, he
And
was at
wearing
driveline.
he was wearing all this Irvine stuff, and I said, "Do you know a
Ben
guy I
Ritchie?
played with,
Ritchie.
Ben Ritchie?" And the kid goes, "Yeah, I'm going to Sac City next semester." I was like, "Really?" So he was at driveline training to go to you guys in
wild.
the fall. So that would have been summer of 16,
Yep.
fall 16, spring 17.
Yeah, and you know the domino effect? Like
Uh-huh.
you know what the domino effect, like once someone
yeah,
starts
yeah.
doing it, then
Yeah, it starts to roll down the
he
line.
started doing it. Mears got bought into it.
From what I remember, he threw decently hard when he was there.
Oh, he was like 90, 91 when he got to City.
I remember seeing
It
him
was-
having a pen. He was like
yeah.
high 8s, 9s.
Pulling down, I think 97. We
Yeah.
started pulling down. I mean, Bomber started researching it, got really into it, and then the next year after us is when they started really ramping it up.
See,
Like
if I would have
driveline.
known they were going to get into it, I might have just.
Oh, where's the rewind button?
Yeah, seriously.
But yeah, so you get a good. What did you guys do that? You guys got to playoffs.
Went to playoffs. We almost went to Final Four. We lost to Ohlone.
We lost to
They were
Ohlone,
nasty
too.
Yeah.
that year.
They
We had a 3-game series against them. We won the first game with our 3-starter.
Dominated them.
Dominated them. We come back. We're like, all right, best of 3 series. Did you throw the second game or the third
After
game?
the second game.
So Steve threw the second game. Like, all
We
right,
lost by,
Steve was
like-
basically our number one.
Yeah, we
We were winning that whole game, right?
were winning the whole. I think we lost. I had given up. Like I was pitching into the 5th or something, or 4th, and they had scored a couple runs off me, and then bullpen comes in. I don't think it goes
Fell
so
apart.
well. Whatever happens.
And then
We
so
lost.
we're like, all right, well we'll win the third game for sure. And then I remember we lost on a walk off line drive
Like a dinker.
over Brett's head that he almost caught. And it was ironic because that was Bloomy's last year coaching, and he lost his last game on a ball that his son almost caught.
Yeah, and it was like a dink. Like
Yeah, it was just outside his reach.
yeah.
But,
So Ohlone was like you said.
so you
Ohlone
guys
got
lose to
mad.
Ohlone.
We lose to Ohlone, and we went 3 games like you guys. We went 3-game series. I pitched the first game, so that was a crazy game.
I bet.
I shoved like I think I went 7 innings or 8 innings.
Mm-hmm.
I only had 91 pitches in the 7th.
Oh, okay.
So Bomber
Cruising.
took me out, put Mears in. Mears got out of a jam. I think he walked the house, and they walked us off the next inning.
No.
Yeah, walked us off.
God, they just had the magic, huh?
Yeah, and then Nunez comes the next day, win that game, and then
course.
then they walk. I think we walked them off that game. So it was like walk off,
Right.
and then they blew us out the last game.
They could hit those
Who was
guys.
your third starter that year?
Their starter was Matt Ornelas.
Yeah, that sounds
He's a lefty.
But
Okay.
did you guys go 2-1 against us that year, or did
Yeah.
we get 2?
Yeah,
You guys fucking raked me sideways.
Bloomy said that was gonna happen.
Yeah, Bloomy knew that was gonna happen.
I think the first game Nunez pitched, and it was you.
Baseball
it was you and
guys.
Nunez.
Yeah, I pitched the first
Yeah.
game. I think it was at
Yeah.
CRC.
And then I pitched the
No, I
second
pitched
game
the
at
third
home.
game. I pitched the
And
third
we
game.
beat you guys
Yeah.
that game.
I pitched the
That was the
because of
hardest
my-
I threw all season. It
Did
was,
Mears
really?
blow that game?
yeah, Mears came in.
But he popped 94.
Yeah,
He did.
Damien hit a single. I remember Damien
Yeah.
Chavez,
Antics.
and the game was over.
So then the third game was at CRC,
That's when I pitched. And I
and
got
you guys were killing us.
Killing
and
us.
they brought me in to throw in
You
like the
pitched?
7th or 8th inning because we were losing by 10,
Yeah.
and blew me at no faith. Man, he came in, and I believe I struck out the side and was 86-88, and then didn't see the field the rest of the year. But
Yeah.
hey, I don't still think about it, but it's fun.
No, we're just dreaming.
We're dreaming now.
We're
living in the.
We're living the dream.
Okay, so you have that great year.
Yeah.
And then what interest did you get from schools or the draft or anything like that? Or
So I started getting the velo. I started to be like 88 to 92. I'll pop a 2 every game. And I honestly think it was because what I was doing, the pivot picks, correcting my arm motion. I was doing pull downs every day.
Right.
Like,
Long toss
honestly,
type stuff.
we were throwing every day. So like the long toss we did was not good.
Max
You
Yeah.
guys long tossed every
Every
day.
day.
Bomb it out.
You do the compression.
Yeah,
throws
and we do the compression throws every day come in. But got my velo up, 88 to 92. Went to play in the Stingers in the summer. Tore it up there.
The Stingers are in the Northwoods.
Yeah.
Right.
Got interest from Texas. So we're playing a game against Rochester, and one of their guys is on that team. And so their coach came and saw him. I was pitching,
Right.
carved through a no-hitter.
Right.
Was
They'll do it.
I was 88 to 91.
Right.
They called Bo. Bo Henning.
was the man.
Yeah, he was the pitching coach. And like, hey, Portela, like, is he committed anywhere? And Bo said no. Sent him my transcripts. Didn't work out.
So wait, so you went into that summer without just like no.
I had
commitment,
interest from like UNR, Long Beach. I had interest.
but you didn't want to commit right away.
I just had to get my grades up.
Yeah,
That was the
that's
thing.
fair.
I had to
Yeah.
get my grades up.
Those
And
grades will get you.
grades got me. They got me. They got me.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't it one credit or one class?
It was one class. One
It's
credit.
always the
What
it's
class
always
was it?
one class.
Stats.
Me too.
Don't mess around in stats, kids.
That's crazy.
I got a D.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You just said the only stat I need to know is no runs.
No runs.
0 ERA.
Zero
Yeah.
ERA through, I think it was like 30 games.
yeah.
I know this let's jump ahead, but this past one you showed too. But okay, so the D1 doesn't work out.
Doesn't work out. So
But thankfully,
so I was Jessup
NAI
offered
doesn't
me.
care.
Yeah, NEI, they don't care.
Now, yeah, they don't give a damn.
They said, you know what? And they have a lot of
they
scholarship
said, "Oh,
money.
what? You're 31
Well,
and you
they've got-
fly for Hawaiian Airlines. You can play."
Yeah, they've got money.
They got money.
They've
so-
got money.
Every NEI school was offering me a full ride.
Right. They give you those fork it over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jessup was like the first, gave me a call. McKinley was
They
the coach.
said, "Hey,
So
Polo,
Jake did call you.
Polo, do you want to come play for the Northeastern Kentucky Southwestern Knights of the Prune Packers?"
And I was like, you know what? Sure, we'll dream it up. We'll
Right.
dream it up over there.
NAI will call. Yeah.
So Jessup gives me a call. McKinley,
Jake.
And yeah, and it was
Dang.
Jake. And he was like, hey, Polo, like, we really like you. Like, we could develop you over here, keep
You
developing.
should have done it.
Yep. And I told him, I said, look, I'm really trying to get out of Sacramento.
Yeah, fair. I understand.
You said,
that.
"Hey, Lincoln,
Yeah.
it's way away."
Wait. But I honestly, thinking back, man, that was a bad decision for me. I wish I would have went to Jessup just because all the development they were doing there was everything I needed.
Well, yeah, that I
And you
agree.
guys had a great year that year.
Well, that was the kicker. Was like, we had the opposite because when Cumberland, the school you went to, had given me a call, the first thing I asked the guys, "You doing the stuff I've been doing for the last 2 years as far as development goes?" Because I take it very seriously. Because I'm not the same pitcher as I saw it at Consumers River when they took it from me. I became worse. I was topping out 80 miles an hour at my last start.
And you were like 85 to 87 your first.
And I
start.
had been upper eights beginning of the year multiple times. And anyway, Cumberland calls and I'm like, "Yeah, do you do this?" And he says, "No. My biggest thing was to get out of Sacramento. You can ask anybody that I know." And sure enough, Jake had gotten me with the development thing. Jake was, I couldn't believe how he talked about it. And, he was one of the smartest guys I'd ever heard on the phone, let alone on a baseball field. I mean, and it goes to show where he's at now. But
Was just really quick, was Cumberland the school that blew bubbles in the bullpen?
no, that wasn't Cumberland. Cumberland just had a really older coach.
What school was
He
that?
was an older coach.
That was Missouri Western. I almost
Missouri.
went there.
He's a old-time legend in the NEI, I guess.
Yeah. So I mean, he I saw he broke a wins record, but you
Yeah.
had gone. I mean, I thought
Yeah.
that it's kind of cool. How opposite was I decided to go to Lincoln, but
If I could tell anyone, the biggest thing is development. I don't care where you go.
right.
Is they're going to keep developing you, like your school, Westmont, big on
I
development.
think leads
And
the
a lot of the
brigade.
guys, like
Westmont's
train
up there. Yeah.
where we are, they want to go D1, they want to go D2, but sometimes it's not the case. You got to go wherever you're going to play,
Yeah,
where you get playing time, and you're going to develop.
Yeah, it's
That's
crazy.
the biggest
like,
thing.
I agree.
What we tell kids all the time is like, especially with NAI coaches that get the guys who are throwing like low to mid 80s, they have to develop guys if they want to go compete, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're kind of forced to dive into these, whether it's drive line or Texas baseball ranchers, other modalities to get the most out of their players. And I saw it firsthand at Westmont. Obviously, they were doing the stuff I liked and want to do, but you had guys like Bailey Reed that came in and was topping out like 88 his freshman year. That's what I heard. I wasn't there, but now he's sitting 3 to 4.
Yeah.
And popped to 6 in inter-squads the other day. And
Yeah.
Corey Dawson, my first year there, was 83 to 85, maybe. Probably more like 81 to 84. We went to watch him throw over at Jessup.
Saw him pop a couple 9s.
Last weekend, yeah. And he was 87 to 89, popped a couple 90s. I've heard he's been up to, I think, 91 or 92 this year. And you see the development. And as you said with Jake, like, we went on that visit, and it was crazy because I had this option to go to Westmont, and Westmont had been this like pretty good baseball team for the past couple of years, and was in Santa Barbara, and then the full drive line.
They had gone off on social media on this cool development video. Remember?
Yeah, and I was
Westmont
so
project.
set on going there, and then I was like, oh, I'll at least go and hear this guy out at Jessup, even though Jessup the year before had 6 wins or whatever
They
it
had
was.
2. I don't even know what the hell they had. It was
And
brutal.
just from a couple hours with Jake, hearing him talk, I was like, fuck, I got a decision.
Yeah. He'll get you.
This guy
He'll
gets
get
it.
you.
I mean, obviously, he did it at Menlo, and Menlo was a school no one ever heard of. And then all of a sudden, they're leading the nation in home runs and getting Ursig and Dudo and these guys drafted. And then
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. The
and
Menlo
this
team.
is
Yeah,
retrospect.
that was unreal.
Nuts.
Then,
Unreal.
William Jessup to the school had like 6 wins or whatever to winning the GSAC and 6th in the nation and being the coach of the year, whatever it was. And now he's with the Brewers. So,
What do you know?
Look at us.
Look at us.
look at him.
How would a-
He's living the dream. But
So you get a
it was because he had at Jessup, you guys had that full warehouse, and he was like, "We're gonna do this. We're gonna do the ply walls."
And he did it.
All
He
the
actually
things.
did it.
And he, the things Jake did. I mean, obviously, I wasn't ever at practice with him, but just hearing stories from you, like having drones film practice, everything's a competition, having fun.
A lot of
Just
external
having
stuff.
a-
He lets you figure it out on your own. I mean, we won't get too far into it, but yeah, a lot of developmental stuff that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, what's
It's
important.
it's the biggest thing, development.
But I mean, yeah. Go
And
ahead.
you got to keep, like, it's going to keep, once you keep
Yeah.
developing, it's all going to catch up at one point, and you're just going to be boom.
Yeah.
My development stopped once I went to my next school. I got really.
that's my question
That
for
was
you
the next
with
point.
when you got to Cumberland, you had done all these tap balls in the drive line your last year at City. Like, what was your process like for a game? Like, what or at practice? Like, what do you do?
So it like got to the point where he was fine. The coach was fine with it. Like he
Right.
was like, all right, you can do your own thing. I'm doing my own thing. And the guys weren't really bought into what I was doing. They kind of like chirp here and they're like, why is he doing that? No one really
Right.
got into it.
No, but yeah, they're
Then
uncomfortable with it.
we had a pitching coach there who they didn't really believe in that. So he was old school, like finishing this position,
Yeah.
that stuff. And he kind of like got to the point where he told me to kind of like throw away the weighted balls, not do it anymore. Like made a point to cut my time off on stretching and this and that. The weighted ball, stopped doing it, and then I got bought into getting in the mindset. Okay, now I got real comfortable and not doing it anymore.
Well, it takes your routine. But
Yeah,
now
my
you
routine
you
was
got to rely
gone,
on just strictly
and
catch play.
injuries started to catch up to me.
Yeah.
So what was your warm? Do you still do bands,
I did bands.
shoulder tip,
Nope.
any wrist weights,
Nope.
any plyo balls?
Nope.
What besides bands?
So
Maybe some jogs, maybe a couple of
Yeah.
these.
Couple jumping jacks.
one of these.
Couple of these, a little warm it up.
Were you wanking it up and cranking it?
Yeah,
Buddy,
you
I
were
was
literally
trying.
cranking
I was.
it up.
I got there. I got to my first scrimmage, and I was 88 to 91. Right. Year goes on. Stop doing the weighted balls. 85, 86. Back down. Back trying to climb the mountain.
Yeah.
I'll put it that
Was
way.
it the same way your senior year then, or?
Senior year. So that was the year when I met you guys. When I came back,
Yep.
Oh yeah.
met Ryan at the state fair.
Right.
I was like, "Hey, Ryan Matthews." She was like, "Yeah, man, how's it going? Catching it, chopping it up." I
'Cause
was
he's
like,
a city guy.
"Yeah."
So
And he was like, "What are you still playing?" I was like, "He was like, yeah." He goes, "We're actually doing at the SSC facility. I don't know where that's at, but I'm training a guy, Jack Heinrichsen there." And he was like, "You should come by." I was like, "Oh yeah, like, I'm down." He goes, "We're
Yeah.
doing the driveline stuff. We got Casey Weathers there," and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm bought in." Like
I'm
I
down.
went there, started doing the weighted ball, got really back into it, and Velo went back up to like 87, 88.
Right.
My senior year, we got a new pitching coach, so then he started doing the tap system.
Okay.
So we started getting here and there, but then our time started to get cut off again.
Yeah.
And then once time starts getting cut off, started happening again my same junior year,
Mm-hmm.
and Velo goes back down to like,
yeah. So just to touch on that, that's when I officially met you. Was at OA that summer at the end of July or beginning of August. I forget. We were running that, 8-week program at Club All Star, so we kind of didn't come till that was over. But did you start at the end of July at OA? Or
Yeah,
when?
like towards the end before
And
we left.
it's crazy to think about it because I remember we would be there at the end of the workout or whatever, and Casey would be like, oh, "Okay, Jack, what time you want to come in tomorrow? 11? 11 work for you?
Yeah.
Work for you? All right." And it'd be us 4 and Irod.
Yeah,
It was
I
5.
think it was Irod. Yeah, Irod.
And we would show up, and Casey and Ryan would show up at the same time we did, and they would follow us around from station to station.
Jeff.
Come outside to play catch them. Yeah, us 5. Us 3, Jack, and Irod. It was us 5.
Yeah.
And they would just follow us around from the band to the shoulder tube, to the wrist weights, watching the plot wall, because it was just us.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were done, they'd leave.
And
And now it's just crazy to see how it's changed. But
then they write our plans. They write our plans for us on like
a little whiteboard.
a little whiteboard thing. We do that.
Right.
It was 3 trainers to 5 clients.
I was going through my memories. I found an old video of me pulling down. It was like the video was like super scratchy, that.
Yeah.
So I mean, but it was cool, man. Like
Yeah.
OGOA clients.
Yeah.
First how it started. I mean,
So then, after your senior year in Cumberland, you went back to Northwoods,
so
summer of 19.
that's the thing. After my senior year, I was ready to hang them up.
Right.
Yeah, I was already signed the paper to go to the Northwoods, but the senior year didn't go the way I wanted to. Like the velo was down. I was throwing like 86, maybe hit an 88 here and there,
Right.
but the velo was way down. Like it wasn't to where I wanted it. And I was like talking to my dad. I was like, Dad, you know what? Like I'm done. And I think I told you this. Like I was close to hanging him up. I think we were at Jack's Urban Eats, and I was like, Dad, I'm done. Like I thought he was gonna be like, yeah, no, like I respect that decision. He was like, no, you're not.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's like, you're gonna regret this later on. I know you're gonna be sitting at a desk. You're gonna be like, man, why didn't I go? Why didn't I give it a try?
Why didn't I give it my last chance?
And I was like, you know what? You're right. Like I really put myself in that situation where I was like sitting at a desk, and I was like
Thinking about it.
thinking, I was like, man, I'm really gonna regret this. Like if I don't get, I'm young. I was 22 years old.
Yeah.
Just got off my senior
You
campaign.
had a ton of success when you're able to do what you want to do.
You
my
know you're
wins
good.
my wins didn't go down, so I was like, you know what, let me go compete. Let me go see what I got left in the tank. Let me go wake it up and crank it up.
Wake it up
Straight
and crank
up.
it up, baby.
So before I left, I went back to OA, and this is when you guys started like really coming up. Like they started really coming, like more guys training, going in. So I come
Right.
back, train there before I leave, go back with Bo Henning for the Stingers for my second
So
campaign.
this was beginning of summer
Yep.
of that year? Yeah. It's like May.
This was 2019. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys. I
Yeah,
think you guys were
yeah.
still playing in playoffs. I
Yeah,
wanna say.
and we had just. Yeah, we were just still playing.
Yeah, but go out first game, 87 to 88. I was like, okay, like my velo's starting to get back up. Games start going by. I'm doing the driveline stuff because I brought my own weighted balls. I brought my own wrist weights. Brought the shoulder tube.
Free to do your thing.
Yeah, I bought the shoulder tube online, and then get out there, the velo starts coming back up. Now I'm 88 to 91, getting back in the routine like I was in, and now I'm really hungry. I'm like, all right, like I'm carving everyone up. I'm like, all right, I'm getting attention.
I can do this. Yeah.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go into free agency. We're gonna see what happens. So Bo starts getting calls, offers start coming. Like, hey, I think the first one was the Yankees, then the Dodgers, and it was just interest. But it was still cool to see it. Like you're like, all right, I'm doing my thing.
Okay,
Like,
these guys know me. They
Yeah.
know they'll see my name and be like, they'll have an idea now. Right.
long story short, I go to the Northwoods, 8-0, 1-2-3 ERA.
So you're getting some pro interest out in the Northwoods.
Yeah, we're getting some pro interest.
Is that in the form of phone calls, letters,
So
questionnaires?
they're calling Bo. So it's
Okay.
all going through Bo, and Bo comes to me. He's like, "Hey, like, don't get too anxious, but like, the Yankees just called. They need a guy in rookie ball to go pitch.
Like, I'm your guy.
Yes, keep your phone on you." So like getting that, I was like, my phone was on 24/7.
Yeah.
I couldn't go to sleep.
Right.
Like you get that in your head, you're like, oh man, like I can't wait. Like you're anxious to get out of there. First off, you're anxious. You're in warm, Minnesota,
Yeah.
and you're kind of in the middle of nowhere. But I'm having a good time. But I also want to go on to the next chapter.
Yeah, you're ready.
But I ended up staying there the whole season,
Right.
which wasn't a bad thing. Like I got to pitch in playoffs, did good in the playoff game, won
You're
our
an
first
all-star,
playoff
right?
game, I got to make the All-Star team.
That's sick.
So all the scouts got
And
to
then-
see me out there.
And the Northwoods, like everyone knows about the Cape Cod League. That's
Yeah.
obviously the number one. If you're like the top 100 prospect or whatever, you're gonna go to the Cape Cod League. But the Northwoods is arguably like the second best
like right
college
under the
league,
and-
right under the Cape, and it's legit dudes,
legit
prospects.
D1, like the best D1s you could think of, playing in Northwoods. Like you're playing D1 guys, seeing them on TV every day, playing the starting lineup.
Right.
Those are the guys that you're playing against, and the stadiums are dope. Like,
And
I love
shoving.
playing stadium. And I shoved.
8-0.
All-star.
All-star, made the All-Star game.
Shoving. But
No
affiliate ball.
No affiliated ball
Wants
after
to pull
that.
the trigger.
We had the St. Paul Saints. I was going to go pitch independent ball.
Yeah.
After that season. So it's going to keep the dream going.
Yeah.
So we were going to go, but then I got injured. So I had an injury. Like, got hurt in the middle of the season, threw a curveball. I felt like a weird pinch in my arm. So I kept throwing on it.
No, of course.
I kept throwing. I was like, you know what? I got nothing to lose. I'm going to keep throwing on it.
Yeah.
The velo didn't go down. I was still like 88 to 90.
Right.
But it was hurting. I could really lob a ball. And I was like, oh.
Like,
so there's no reason to go after that season, being through all that. Pitched, I don't know how many innings combined with college ball. 100 and something. So I was like, you know what? I'm just go back, rehab it, train in the OA. My first off season.
Right.
Actually doing like pull downs, the weighted baseballs and all that. So I mean, get back home, meet Sam Long. Ryan's like, hey, like we're gonna have an OA pro thing going on here, and I was like, oh sweet. I got in touch with Sam. He was like, hey, you need a catch buddy? Sam's like, yeah. I was like, all right, let's get it going.
Yeah.
Start cranking up.
Kept cranking it up every day.
Every day, getting after it, grinding, putting on weight, getting bigger. I mean, then you get more pro guys. Like, pro guys start coming in. We're like, it was just me and him, and they start filtering.
There was a good influx of them coming in.
Yeah, so I mean,
create a good environment for you guys.
Oh, great environment, and we're all getting after it.
You guys could pick each other's brains and experience stuff. I mean, that being said, now you're going off to
play
pro ball.
Yeah,
and you know you're fully equipped.
So, possibly with one of our other pro guys, Steve Pastor.
Steve Pastor.
So who's gonna work out with the
Diamondbacks on Monday.
Yep. So hopefully it goes well. But if not, you guys will be
then we'll be teammates.
Yeah,
and we'll be grinding it out over there. Oh yeah, win-win situation.
But so I mean, you've kind of already said it and insinuated on it, but I guess just what has being able to train the way you want to, being able to use the plyo balls, actually use weighted balls, use a solid warm-up routine, and train with like-minded guys. Like, how important has that been to you? Like, what has that done to influence your career?
Honestly, that's upped my game. Like being able to train with guys that are actually like above me right now. Like they're playing professional ball and seeing what they do and to put it into my game. I mean, Sam, like playing catch with him, like that's been a blast just because he's been throwing his curveball. So that's bangers at me. And then I feel like that developed my slider a lot better now. Like it's way better.
There's an internal sense of competition.
Yeah, and you're trying to outdo each other.
Yeah,
I mean, our first compression the other day, he set the gates, like ran it out the gates at 103.
Yeah.
Then you get a high school guy like TJ, who's like, you know what, I see that, let me beat it.
Right.
Goes 103.1 also. So now you got a competition with them. So it doesn't matter like at what. You're a pro guy in high school, it's always going to be competition. Like, you want to be better than the next guy.
Yeah. Right. Well, Steve and I, we've seen it firsthand. We've said it, but when we first found Driveline, we were doing that program here at home, and Steven more so than myself, but me too. Like, we've watched every video, and I like to say are pretty proficient in knowing the program inside and out, and kind of
spent some long days on that.
But even though we know what we're supposed to do, we know it's going to get us better, and we have the tools to do it. Doing it here, while it's good, it doesn't compare to doing it at Driveline or doing it at a facility. There's just that intangible factor of, one, the environment is just different. But like you just said, like you could be playing catch with someone and pick up. Like today, Pastor was talking with Ty and a couple other guys about his changeup because his changeup was gross. Mm-hmm. And Ty couldn't figure out his changeup today. So just being around those guys that are also at the elite level and just picking up little things, like that's just... priceless.
It makes you better at your craft if you can go teach something. Like
100%.
That's like when a guy looks up at you and there's a bullpen going, he's like, I still can't throw my changeup. I'm like, well, he can. Look at him throwing this change. I mean, it could help you. I mean, just teaching it, let alone performing with it. So I think, the environment that's been created by you guys in there and us has been awesome. But I mean, that's only going to help you, I think, going forward now, because you're going and fighting, because you've had, besides the Yankees and all, remember the Twins?
Yeah, the Twins were
before this happened.
Before they were going to offer me a spot to go play short season, or I think it was short season or it was rookie ball. One of the things. And they needed a guy, and we were in talks, and I was waiting for the same thing, anxious. It's like, all right, this needs to happen. Didn't happen, but they were still talking to me after. So I mean, the interest is there. I just gotta keep doing what I'm doing, and I think I can. Like that mindset, my mindset right now, this is the best I've ever felt. Right. Like training here, I think got me stronger mentally, physically, being around all these guys.
Right.
And I know what I could bring to the table.
So
So
Yeah,
that's
you're glad
a
you
big
didn't
thing.
quit
Like
after that summer.
being this competitive environment, you're like, all right, like now you're anxious. Now you're getting to that part where you're like, all right, I need to get out there. Like I want to get out there quick. Like you want to get on that
Especially
field.
baseball, yeah.
But being around this environment, your mindset changes. You're like, all right, I could do anything. Like I could face any guy, get him out.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I'm gonna see my strikeouts go up.
I mean,
They're already pretty high.
Yeah, they weren't as high, but I feel like they're gonna be a lot higher this year. Just seeing my Rapsodo report getting better every day.
Understanding what your pitcher actually doing.
Yeah, so I mean that's been helping me out a lot.
Well, on a couple weeks ago you faced Andrew Susak and Brock Stassi.
And Brock Stassi.
Was there anyone else there too, or Cooper Gold? No.
I think.
There's-
I don't think he was hitting that day. I think it was just them two.
Okay.
Oh, Abrams too. Abrams.
But didn't you struck out
Yeah.
Susak?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're facing these guys that have been both Brock and Susak
in the
big league guys,
in the
big league
big
time,
league, yeah.
legit big league time.
that are now AAA maybe, but you're facing the best of the best and getting them out and striking them out.
Yeah.
So obviously your shit's nasty and your shit plays.
So
I kind of as we both all have been proponents of velo, and obviously velo's important. It's crazy because you're not an 82 guy. Like, you're still 88, 89 sitting, and then you'll run up to 90, 91, 92.
Yep.
But it's crazy because it's like, if you pop that 94, even sit 92, 93, it might be a different ballgame.
that's the thing. And the one thing that Ryan always says, like you always say too, is I think it's, what is it? You always put it in my head. I forget the word now. It's like every day that when I'm throwing, you're like auto-regulated. Auto-regulated. I think that's what it is. Like I'm auto-regulated to the point where, all right, I'm stuck in the same motions every day. But once I feel like I go to Evansville, I feel like the velo, I was talking about, I feel like the velo is going to go up a little more. Because once I'm in a new environment, competition, tired.
Adrenaline.
So I'm excited to see what happens there. But I want to get, my indoor goal is to hopefully hit 93 before I leave.
Right.
And we got time. So hopefully that happens.
Time.
You take off in March?
Yeah, in April.
April? Okay. So you got a couple months. But yeah, man, it's just kind of fighting for that next mile. Because you get, if you're throwing a bullpen and your goal is 93 and like your first fastball is 88, you might have that sort of like auto shutdown of like, I can't add 5. But if you can just kind of like do whatever you got to do to talk yourself up to get one more, 89. And once you do that, like obviously it's going to happen again. But just like climb the ladder, as they say. And yeah, we'll get there.
You've hit all the stops.
All the stops, man.
JUCO
I've done everything.
You have
everything from
Grand
JUCO,
High School.
Grand High School. Made it out of there.
JUCO.
Then we go to JUCO. We go to NAI, Summer Ball twice,
leagues.
same place. Now we're going
Independent ball.
Now we're going to Frontier League. So I mean,
the journey's
continuing.
It's continuing. I think it's
we're gonna go until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, we're gonna keep going.
The dream's gonna keep going.
I love it,
the
man.
dream,
We're living the dream.
I love it.
5 to 8.
5 days every day. That's been a blast.
Yeah. So in the off season too, you're coaching some kids.
Coaching some kids. 5 to 8.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
How about
I
it?
saw you fix that one kid today. He struck the kid out.
Hey, there's something about being a pitching coach.
Are you the greatest pitching coach alive?
Greatest pitching coach alive. Being around Bomber, I was like, you know what? Hey, buddy.
I got this. Yeah.
Tweaked him real quick. I was like, hey, buddy, why don't you try throwing a strike? Next pitch, strike. Who'd
Let's
have
work on
thought?
this new pitch.
Just work on a strike. Called a strike.
It worked. Sorry about it.
I mean, the off season, that's what I did. This next off season, that's probably not what I'm gonna do.
No,
so I'll probably do
that's
something
a little
else.
draining.
Yeah, the dream's over after that. But
we'll move in together.
we're moving together. That's what's gonna happen.
We'll roll.
All right, man. So obviously you got a couple weeks left, or not a couple weeks, couple months left of training. But I mean, what are you looking forward to for this season, first pro season coming up? What are your goals? What are you expecting? Like,
I'm anxious, man. Like I'm ready to get out there and get after it. I read the article that came out on me, and it was like he has to earn his spot. So I mean, I'm rich.
Yeah,
I'm
I read
ready
that too. I was
do
like,
whatever. Show you what I got on the table. I mean, I'm honestly just ready to get out there. Like anxious.
I saw that, and I saw another. I don't know if it's the same article or what, but it said Polo's goals for the season is to lead the team in strikeouts and wins.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh, coming out the gate hot. Okay.
I'm coming out the gate hot. That's my goals. I mean, they said to give your individual goals. That's my individual goal.
Straight
so
up.
I mean,
I can see it.
put the wins on the table and up the strikeouts. Because my goal is to. It's not bad or anything, but I'm not trying to be there that long. I'm trying to get out there as fast as I can, produce the numbers I need to produce, and then put my foot in the door and find my way in the affiliated bowl. So I mean, that's the end goal. I feel like for all of us.
That's what you've been working, man.
Yeah, that's what we're working for.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited. Like to get this opportunity, I could be no opportunity at all.
Yeah, they're giving you a shot, and that's all.
And they're giving me a shot. That's all I could ask for.
It could be us.
Hey, buddy.
And you don't want that. Trust me.
People working that desk
me.
job.
But I don't think people don't see what you guys do like behind. It's you guys running it. Like they don't see that.
Yeah.
You guys are running the show. I mean,
Big Ryan. And
without
us.
you guys, this wouldn't be possible. First off, OA.
Right.
So I mean, we appreciate. I don't know if anyone tells you this, but we all appreciate everything you guys do. So
We appreciate you guys.
Man. We love
Yeah.
it. We want to see you guys succeed. You know.
So I mean, everyday grind, man.
Oh, yeah.
Everyday
See what
grind.
happens.
Any final thoughts, guys?
I'm ready.
Just
That
glad
was
to be
fun.
here. That was
Polo
fun.
Portela gonna go shove this year.
I'm excited.
Oh
man.
yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Don't forget the name.
Don't forget the name. What's popping tonight?
Popping. Clocking out.
Polo?
Another one down. Polo.
Come here, baby.
Oh yeah.
Good luck this year,
Can't
dog.
wait, dude.
Ah.
It's been awesome, man.
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
wait.